All right, we'll get started then. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2, DataFam Europe. Thank you for joining me for 5 ways to activate your Tableau users. Over the next 25 minutes or so, I'll share with you 5 practical activities that we've been running within our internal community that promise to nurture a vibrant and interactive community in your organization. I know there were quite a few sessions that you could have chosen to go to, so many thanks for joining me today. And this session was originally planned alongside my line manager, Lisa Bruckhardt. However, she was unfortunately unable to attend the event. But many of the activities that I'll be sharing with you today were actually planned and organized by Lisa in her previous role of Tableau Enablement Leader. My name is Alina Crista. I am the analytics lead for Tableau at Randstad. And in this role, I'm primarily focused on setting up analytics best practices for Tableau and fostering the Tableau creator community. So what that actually means is that I spend a lot of time creating enablement and community type of content to help our users grow their skill set with Tableau. And I also do research on, let's say, the latest Tableau features and write best practices documentation on how to use those features within production use cases at Randstad. Outside of my day-to-day job, I am an active member of the Tableau community. I've joined the community in 2016, and I continue actually to be amazed about the opportunities that we have to learn, especially through events like these ones. So thank you, Tableau, for organizing it. Thank you for being here. I am one of the co-leads for the London Tableau user group. So if you are based in London, please come to our user groups. Or please come to me about, talk to me about how to join the user community. We'd love to have you be part of it. And I'm also incredibly grateful to be in my third year as a Tableau ambassador. A little bit about Randstad, the company that I work for. So Randstad is the global HR services leader. And Randstad was founded in the 1960s in the Netherlands, but throughout the years, it has expanded across 39 different countries. You can see here some of the brands that are currently part of Randstad. So what we do, essentially, is we help find roles for people. So we facilitate temporary or permanent jobs for people. And you can see in 2024, we were able to secure 260,000 permanent jobs and placed 1.7 million talents in temp placements. In terms of the Tableau implementation, we are a multi-site Tableau cloud customer. We have 20 active sites at the moment, out of which 2 are dedicated to external analytics. And we've started our implementation almost 5 years ago. We work with approximately 21 different markets, so that's different countries around the world. And we support a couple of global teams as well. And in terms of the user community, we've got approximately 9,000 viewers, 200 explorers, and 700 creators. So today, I will walk you through 5 Tableau enablement activities that we've been running at Randstad for the last couple of years. And these are the Data Book Club, Skill Up, TC Watch Parties, Internal Tableau User Group, and the Tableau Evangelist Program. Now, at Randstad, we created an internal Tableau community because we believe that tool adoption and data proficiency doesn't scale on its own. It really needs to have a structured framework for enablement and for engagement. So my goal at the end of today's session is to show you different practical activities that you can that we have been running at our organization and that you can potentially apply or start running in your own organization to transform those passive users into active, passionate participants. So, I'd like to get to know you a little bit better before we get started, so we're going to do a quick show of hands. Now, if your primary role is as a creator or a data analyst, meaning that you spend the majority of your time creating those beautifully designed Tableau dashboards and efficient Tableau data sources, please raise your hand. Okay, so I'd say less than half actually. Okay, next, do we have any users here where the primary role is focused on enablement, so upskilling others within the organization, and also perhaps for responsible for the Tableau adoption? Okay, almost half as well. So almost half. And then finally, do we have here any BI leaders? So perhaps responsible for setting up the strategy, the budget, the roadmap for Tableau or for BI in general? Okay, quite a few as well. Okay, and I think a few of you had the dual role. So it's good to see a mix. And actually, the reason we have I've looked at the three roles is because in our organization it really takes these three types of roles to make the community happen or community events happen. And I'm so glad that we have actually a mix of this today. Now, as I go through the 5 activities, you will see at the top left of the slide a little note telling you which of these roles is actually mostly involved in running these activities. So let's get started with the Data Book Lab. So you may wonder, why did we start a Data Book Lab at Randstad? And that is because we really feel very passionate about lifting the data literacy across Randstad. And we would love to see more of our colleagues getting more comfortable with just even listening to conversations about data. So we really believe that it can simply start with listening in. Perhaps then getting passionate or getting excited about asking questions, engaging with those that are, let's say, more advanced in the fields of data analysis and data visualization. Perhaps then they take it to the next step by actually asking about possible Tableau training before they finally, perhaps they get hands-on with the data. So we really aim to make the book club a relaxed and free acronym conversation where people can come in and simply listen in and learn something new, and also get to mingle or get to know fellow users in the internal community. In terms of how we run the book club, it is usually, or we've tried to do it every quarter, but about 3 times a year for approximately 1 hour. And we either have someone from our internal Tableau community talking about a book that they've recently read that perhaps had an impact on the work that they're doing or that they feel very passionate about. And I must say we were extremely, extremely lucky and blessed really to have quite a few authors from the Tableau community join our book club. So we've had Steve Wexler, we've had Andy Kotgrieve, Andy Kriebel, and Eva Murray. We've had also Neil Richards and Simon Rowe from the Storytelling with Data team. And this is actually a lot of Liesel's really passion for really bringing in the community internally at Randstad. And it takes about 6 hours, let's say, to prep for the event. And then again, the fact that we've had so many outside community speakers come in, it just shows once again that the community is willing to share and uplift others. Right, next, we have Skill Up. Skill Up is our monthly Tableau community challenge for creators. And this hands-on challenge is designed for those who are getting just started with learning Tableau, but also for those who are looking to sharpen their vising pencils. So in terms of the logistics, how do we run Skill Up? We have this challenge running every single month, and we typically use a non-Randstad dataset, leveraging projects such as Back to Viz Basics. Does anyone know in the audience, does anyone know about the Back to Viz Basics external community project? Okay, I see 1 hand, yes. 2 hands, hello, fellow co-leaders. Thank you for joining us. Strongly encourage you to actually take a look at community projects that you can leverage. But essentially, that is a project that runs every 2 weeks where you get a new data set and then you get to solve a particular challenge. So the way we run it is that we take a non-Randstad data set and we really give our users questions that they could potentially answer with that data set. So let me walk you through actually the organization of that event. We have 3 main sessions, starting with the launch session, which is around the 10th of the month and approximately 30 minutes long. And in that session, we introduce our users to the dataset. We give them possible questions that they could answer with it. We actually also give them some support options in terms of getting started with the challenge. And in general, a challenge is either to create a specific chart type, so think about a highlight table or a map, or diving into a specific Tableau functionality, such as Tableau actions, Tableau parameters, or building KPIs. Next, second session is an optional Skill Up Data Doctor 1-hour session where users can simply come in and ask any questions on how to potentially get started with the challenge, or perhaps they need help answering some of the questions. And then our last session is a feedback session, which is around the 20th of the month. So that really gives our end users just over 1 week of hands-on, or 1 week where they can try the challenge. And then in that feedback session, people come in and present their visualizations. We give them feedback. And then depending on time, we also organize a little demo and showing them how they could have potentially answered or tackled the challenge. We host all of our Skill Up challenges on our intranet page, and depending on the topic, it can take up to 6 hours to prepare. Over the next few slides, I have a couple of the components of the Skill Up challenge and helpful resources. So I'm not going to go through the entire slide here, but essentially, in November, which is challenge 32, the topic was visualizing survey data. And here is how we essentially position the challenge. So we have a little background about the data set and a short description of what that could, why that is potentially interesting for them. We then have beginner, intermediate, and advanced questions. And here on the slide, you can see only the beginner questions. And you can see that we give them possible chart types that they could use to visualize the data, possible viz formatting recommendations, and support options. And to accelerate development, we have given our users also a simple, non-branded template offered in both the white and the dark backgrounds. And then we've also created a Skill Up Viz checklist, which really summarizes just essential tips for creating effective data visualizations. And really, it guides our users to review everything from the title engagement to formatting recommendations, or how to reduce clutter, and perhaps also ensuring that there is a key message that comes across from their visualization or from their dashboard, and wrapping up with, of course, testing interactive features on the visualization or the dashboard itself. And again, a big shout out here to Andy and Eva Murray, Andy Kriebel, Eva Murray, who ran the Makeover Monday project a few years back, because this checklist is very much inspired by them. And here are a few submissions from our Tableau community. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to whiz through them, but just to give you an idea of what our community produces. Right, next we have TC Watch Parties. So both Liesel and myself were really extremely fortunate to have attended the TC in the US. And so we've attended actually a couple of them here in Europe. So we really had the opportunity to experience the TC buzz. And so we really wanted to bring that back to our internal Tableau community. So why do we organize TC watch parties? It's to bring awareness and excitement for Tableau as a BI application, for some of the new features that are being released, and also just getting people together, either locally but also together with the global team. And we use both the virtual and the in-person format. And again, this year, it was our biggest, really, TC watch party celebration in a way, because Lisa had took on this huge task of organizing 5 in-person TC watch parties across different countries. But that task was definitely only possible with the help of our user community. So there were 23 wonderful colleagues, BI managers and Tableau creators that really helped organize to put this event together. Now, how do we prepare for TC watch parties? Typically 1 week before, we have a know before you go session. And we try and keep that really short, maybe 20 minutes or so. And our goal is really just to communicate to our users what to expect from the TC, from the conference, what are some must-watch sessions, how to find and bookmark sessions, and also this year, because everyone was really excited, of course, about Iron Viz and Devs on Stage, we actually jumped together and watched the replay of that a couple of days later. Now, in terms of the in-person watch parties, we tend to organize those as a half-a-day event. So the agenda is really about 4 hours or so. And this is mostly planned by the local BI leaders and the Tableau creators within that market or country. And a typical agenda would include watching the replay of either the keynote or Devs on Stage. Devs on Stage is a favorite, I must say. Actually, has anyone watched Devs on Stage before at TC? Not enough hands. Okay, it's a must-watch, as well as Iron Viz, I would say. It certainly gets the excitement going, at least with our community. So after we watch a replay of one of those 2 sessions, we also dive a little bit into Tableau's latest features, and then we give the opportunity to the users in that market to actually showcase some of the use cases that they've been working on, and then we wrap it up with typically a quiz to give them the opportunity to earn some Tableau or Randstad swag, and then of course they have the opportunity again to mingle and learn from each other as they are in person, in a room. Now, a big shout out to, so these are the 5 locations where Lisa organized the in-person watch party, and a big shout out really to our colleagues in Hyderabad, India. Pooja and Ruchi organized an actual Tableau Day event around the TC watch party. And really, at the end of the 2 days, they had 230 people attending the event. So I'm going to play a 1-minute video for you that really captures the atmosphere on that day. another great example of the buzz around the TC Watch parties comes from our colleagues in Brazil, where Mateus, the BI manager for Randstad Brazil, actually organized an Iron Viz competition in their local office. How many of you know of Iron Viz? Okay, great. More hands. Essentially, it's the most fun. I think it's most fun as a viewer. I find it a lot of fun. I'm assuming as a being on the stage can be a little bit more stressful than probably I could imagine. But in any case, we organized a similar, or I should say, Mateus organizes a similar Iron Viz competition for his team. So 3 contestants got the opportunity to compete using a Randstad dataset that they have not seen before. And they have 3 hours to analyze the data, create the visualizations, and present it to the judges. And this level of engagement fosters this strong collaboration between the BI team, the Tableau creators, and the end users, as well as the leadership team. And also, creators hopefully feel empowered and recognized for the work that they are doing. Next, we have our internal Tableau user groups. And this is, again, an opportunity for our community to come together and learn from each other. We run the user group, or we started the user group for those users who are just getting started with learning Tableau. The Tableau as part of our self-learning course called the Tableau Learning Pathway. So it was really designed for those really just starting with Tableau. So for this user group, in terms of logistics, we meet approximately every 2 months for about 1 hour. And our agenda is structured to offer, hopefully, both inspiration and practical knowledge. So we really start off with celebrating success. So we typically just start off by recognizing the colleagues who have recently graduated from the specialist program. Next, we invite someone who has recently finished the specialist program to speak about their learning journey in a segment called My Tableau Learning Journey. And hopefully that brings a bit of inspiration to the remaining users who are currently going through their learning. Then we again pivot back to our internal community, giving them the opportunity to speak about a use case that they're working on. And that is called, or the segment is called Your Time to Shine. And then we typically wrap it up with either a demo of the, let's say, latest Tableau features, as well as potentially just some key innovations that are being or are coming from Tableau. And depending on time, we may have a 5 to 10 minute connect, essentially putting people in breakout rooms where they just get to, again, speak to each other and connect with each other and, learn from each other. And last but not least, we have our Tableau Evangelist program. So our team is small and we're based in EMEA. So we knew pretty early on that we really needed help in reaching out to our users across all the different time zones and different countries around the world. So for that reason, we created the Tableau Evangelist program, where Lisa is really headhunting those competent and passionate Tableau users across the different markets. And we see the Tableau Evangelist team as essentially as an extension to our team, actively driving Tableau deeper into the markets and deeper into the teams that they work with. And these lovely people that you see here on the screen, they have something in common that we will never have, which is the fact that they speak the language and they speak the culture of the market and the audience, and that they are embedded in. And that is, we would say, crucial for enablement and adoption. So we tend to meet with our Tableau evangelists every 2 months for approximately 45 minutes. And we do ask for a lot of feedback from our evangelists. They really have a key role in shaping up the content and the enablement activities that we run. So, for example, recently or over the summer, we were looking at redesigning our intranet pages. So we were really looking at feedback directly from them in terms of what works well, what doesn't work well, and how we can consolidate things better going forward. And also, we asked them as well what community activities bring them most value. And the 5 ones that I'm presenting to you today are the ones that are staying. And we've had a few other initiatives, of course, that we had to give up along the way. And also, we ask our evangelists to talk to us about use cases that they're working on and the impact that it has within their local teams, because we believe that sharing that knowledge with everyone else is really, truly powerful. So, I want to wrap up with 3 key takeaways to help you build a strong and successful internal Tableau community. Start small and build. Pick one of the 5 activities that resonates most with you or with the community within your organization, and get started. That is the first thing. Just get started. Second, be regular. So really find that cadence and stick to it to create that culture of skill building and also sharing knowledge. We do feel that consistency is the engine to help your community thrive. And then last but not least, ask for feedback. Again, not every enablement activity initiative might be successful. Sometimes things need to stop. So ask for feedback from your community in terms of what works well for them, what has the most impact, and keep only those activities running. So by applying these principles, start small and build, be regular, and ask for feedback, I do hope that you will be able to, or you will be a step closer to unlock the full potential of your internal Tableau community. And before I let you go, I know we're almost at time, but I did actually want to get your opinion in terms of potentially which of these 5 activities would you like to participate in, or would you rather start in your organization? I hope the QR code works. There was a little issue with it earlier. Are you able to fill it? Great. So I'm getting positive confirmation. So let's, if we don't mind changing, oh, great. Can we change back to my laptop and we can look at the results? I must say, Skill Up actually was our first activity as well. That was the start of everything. So let's see. Hopefully everyone can, even at the back, hopefully everyone can get the QR code to cast their vote. Yes. So I feel Skill Up is a winner. And again, that is the first activity we started with, and we found it really our users found it rewarding. Hence, we are continuing to run it. So thank you very much for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to come and ask me. Thank you for joining.